just mic'd up with Mikie Mahtook. Got the boys in. I got Lloyd. We got J. Mitch. We got Jackie Boyd.
He tried to jump up, and he might have knocked it in.
Good timing. Let's go. What a start to the Monday. I mean, I'm from Lafayette. My boys will come in and say,
oh, God. So me and Joe on the ground. I got Joe in the headlock. And he's sitting there, he's punching me in the stomach, like, punching me.
Here, is everyone sitting around? Who here thinks Ochenko can practice today after having 5 full beers? And he goes, Chad Jones, right? Chad's doing 6 minutes. For 7 minutes, right? Chad's like, no, man, I don't think Ochenko can practice today. And I was like, I look back, I'm like, Jesus Christ. I saw you there. You were more fucked up than me.
On the spirit plane had some issues, I think. She was sleep farting.
you heard her or you just thought it was her?
I sat right next to her and smelled it.
Whoa. What was that?
Good show.
Now, when you do go to spring training, are you gonna bring your chinchilla and your turtle? My dad tell you about it.
The SEC is, God, they hate fat people. I mean, I get crushed for that. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man.
Hey, just the South, bro. You got a bunch of food down here. Like they should all
Players, look at Lloyd.
You know what, Lloyd?
You're looking for a recruiting coordinator, coach. I'm here.
He's like, I'll piss my pants right now.
No way.
We're wearing gray pants, long gray pants. He goes, I'll piss my pants right now. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Mik'd Up. Today is Friday, September 20th. It is Feel Good Friday here at Indigo. We in our new studio are beautiful.
Beautiful. Spacious.
Spacious.
Voluptuous.
Studio. Very mahogany, like the rich mahogany walls.
Like an old wooden ship.
Like an old wooden ship. Feels good in here. Great vibes this Friday. A little hot outside. You would not know that it's September. Here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, it's going to be hot again tomorrow for the tailgating festivities.
Are you going?
I will be there.
I'll see you.
I will be out there. Will you see me? I didn't see you last time I was out there. I didn't see you Nichols. I didn't see you at the Nichols game.
Oh, I wanted to really focus on just the game.
Oh, on Nichols.
Yeah.
Okay.
As our fan base said, we party too hard. We do too much.
Makes sense.
Let's just focus on getting a win. So
I'm glad you sacrificed.
Listened. I did.
We got to win.
I was waiting at home with bated breath.
Okay. Well, I'll be out there.
It was a situation.
I'm sure.
You know how those go.
Yep, I'd imagine. I will be out there. Will you be out there? Maybe?
TBA.
TBA.
Yeah, we'll
You
see.
always do that.
We'll see.
He's a fly by the seat of his pants guy. You don't know.
I don't know yet.
You know? He's not a big plan guy. He just, hey, if it feels it, he feels it. You know what I mean?
I don't know yet.
I will be out there. I will also be in the number on Sunday for the Saints play.
Double duty, and you're hungover today.
Well, had a little bit of a headache.
This is called a bender. You're on a bender.
Had a little bit of a headache this morning. 2:30 game at LSU makes it
palatable.
A lot more reasonable to get to New Orleans early.
It doesn't when Lloyd makes you go to Fred's.
I'm not going to Fred's.
That's what you're saying now until you're sober, and then Lloyd makes you go, and I can
tell you that.
Just get me in.
I will not be at Fred's. I won't even be at walk-ons, I'd imagine. I will be
tailgating
at the game. Boom, home. nice sleeping sound, sleeping nice and sound doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that you can't even say it. That's how you know it's not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
I'll be sleeping in my bed early, watching all of the
Sure.
Pac-12 after dark
Sure.
games.
Pac-6.
Pac-6 right now.
From
They're
the bar?
From my room.
The
My
bar
bedroom.
at.
Nope, my bedroom.
Oh, okay.
My
All right.
bedroom.
I'm just checking.
But
Great bar at your house, though.
great bar at the house. Maybe from the bar at my house. Who knows? But big weekend. Obviously, LSU plays at home against UCLA. This is a game that they absolutely should dominate. There's really no way to sugarcoat that. UCLA has not been impressive throughout the course of their first few games this season. LSU some people can complain all they want. LSU is 2-1, and their best game arguably was a game that they lost. So I think LSU is trending in the right direction. This game is a great game to go out there, assert their dominance, do what you need to do, move on, and get ready for next week, and then get ready for the bye week. And then you have, obviously, Big Bad Wolf and Ole Miss
The
Rebels.
Land
coming in.
Sharks.
They have 17 different nicknames. Not as much as
If
Auburn.
you have 17, you don't have one.
Exactly. But we have a lot, obviously, to talk about through with that game. We've talked a lot on Wednesday about what to expect from the LSU side. We're going to talk a little bit on the UCLA side today. We're also going to talk gambling. The Mik'd up parlay is hot.
It's a contentious one.
This one was, we went back and forth a lot on this one. I don't think people are going to love what we have. I love it. Look, when you make a decision, you stick with the decision. It's the right decision because you thought it through, you did the due diligence, and this is it. And we made the right decision.
TYG.
And we're going to go through why we chose what. And I think I'm curious to see what the chat says about which one they don't love.
Really had to explain a lot.
There's going to be one that I think needs to be a lot of explanation behind. And
It
this
ain't
one,
mine.
It's a specific. this one that we're talking about
This
is
is
very
great.
is
Love
a-
that pick.
I do love yours. It's my favorite one in there. This one is going to be more about the gut. I'm going to let that person.
TYG. Trust your
I'm
gut.
gonna let that person explain why he thinks that's the pick. The Jets look like they're kind of a wagon. They beat the Patriots yesterday, first home game of the season for the Jets. They beat them 24-3. Aaron Rodgers looked like old Aaron Rodgers, moving around, hopping around,
Dissecting
slinging
me.
the thing. Looked really good. Everybody that wanted to get some action got some action. You had both running backs were very effective. That 20-year-old's a baller. I think his last name's Allen.
Braylon Allen.
Braylon Allen. He is a stud. He had, I think, 50 or 60 yards rushing. You obviously have Breece Hall, who everybody knows is a baller. He scored another touchdown. Garrett Wilson scored a touchdown. Alan Lazard scored a touchdown. And the defense didn't give up a touchdown. Now, I noticed the Patriots, the offense is kind of blah, but the Patriots' defense is supposed to be really good. 24 points, the way they did it, the way they're moving around, the efficiency of Aaron Rodgers looks really good. This is what the Jets hoped to see last year. Now, obviously, Aaron is healthy. This is what they're seeing right now. So, should be fun season for the Jets. Should be fun season for football. Anytime Aaron Rodgers is doing what he's doing healthy, always fun. I think the story of the sports world right now that nobody is really, I don't say nobody, most people aren't really talking about because for some reason baseball is no longer a sport in the United States of America. Shohei Otani, first person ever in the history of Major League Baseball, which goes back a long ways. Like, a long ways.
100 plus years.
1800s?
I'm just saying 100 plus years of what the structure of the league is now, if you will.
First person to ever have 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases in one season.
Did you know Babe Ruth was not American?
What?
It's George Herman Ruth. It's a big conspiracy that he's from Cuba.
What?
Yep. Not George Herman Ruth, it's George Herman.
When did you hear this?
2 days ago.
It's only Lloyd.
Where did you
else
hear
would
this?
he be coming to?
Sources.
Yeah. No, I don't believe that.
Look
But
it-
we're not
look it
talking
up.
about
Look-
George.
Look it up.
We're not talking about George Herman or
He could have stolen
Herman.
50 bases if he didn't have 18 hot dogs, 18 beers, and 18.
yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, that's part of it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We're not
That's where
talking,
the power comes from.
We're not talking about the Babe. We're talking about Shohei.
Baby.
And Shohei has 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases. And the day that he hit 50 home runs, he ended up hitting 3 on the day. He had how many total bases?
17.
17 total bases.
What was
which
your
is,
total?
Outrageous.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Outrageous. That's 3. I think he had 3 home runs and 2 doubles.
Yeah,
Is that what it
one of the doubles was off the center field wall. It was his first at bat too, so it was almost 4 home runs in the day.
Yeah. So I mean, he's got, and listen, Judge is also doing something pretty crazy. He's got 36 more RBIs than the next closest player.
Well, that was of last night.
As of last night. Now it's a little bit closer.
Shohei
than
almost
that.
cut that in half because he's number 2 behind.
Shohei has a chance to beat him in homers. Shohei has a chance to catch him because Judge is going through a little bit of a slump.
Good time
right
to go
now.
through one.
Yeah, great. We've talked about this last year. Great time. The perfect time to go into a slump is right before
Gambling.
the gambling brain, right? Right before, not like 2 days before the postseason, 2 weeks before the postseason, 2-3 weeks, probably the right time because right after you come out of the back end of that slump, postseason baseball, and that's when you want to be playing your best baseball.
And they just clinched too, so he obviously didn't bring the team too far down.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good time for him. Good time.
Baseball is almost winding down. The regular season is winding down. Playoffs are about to be right around the corner. Going to be fun to watch. But the Shohei Otani thing, I think, needs a lot more attention. And look, shame on us. We've talked a little bit about it throughout the course of this, but the coverage hasn't been there. Baseball in general, the coverage hasn't been there for the last few years nationally. But this story is pretty impressive, and what he's doing is pretty impressive. And don't forget, he's one of the better right-handed pitchers in baseball. He just hadn't been able to throw this year because he's recovering from Tommy John. So he'll be back on the mound
So he'll hit
next year.
50 home runs and still 50 bases.
He's going to win MVP in another way, being an offensive player, right? So, like, pretty impressive what he's doing. And I think we need to be very conscious of that, and we need to talk about it.
Do you think
Yes.
that he'll ever do that again? Because if he becomes a pitcher again, he'll never steal again, right?
I don't know. Never. I think he's. I
But
mean,
not
he'll
50
steal.
times.
Yeah.
He'll steal. He's stolen in the past. I just think,
Because he doesn't have to pitch, I feel like they don't want to put him in harm's way that often.
Coach, go look at the stats. He's run before. Like, it's not that. But I'm just saying,
50.
when you are pitching as well, that is more gas coming out of the tank, if you will. So I do think, like, on maybe those days, he might have run less as opposed
Right.
to running 5-6 days a week. Maybe now he's running 4 days a week.
Yeah,
'cause
like-
on those days, he's not running as much.
Yeah, when he's starting, he ain't stealing, probably. You know what I mean? Hey, let me hit homers and jog, hopefully. And then.
You should put the cover up on.
The
The
what?
Greg Maddox, Russell
Oh,
Athletic
yeah.
cover up.
Well, look, it's about to be that
Starter
season.
jacket.
In the playoffs, it's about to be that season where the pitchers don't hit anymore, so you don't really
Well,
get
Well,
to see that.
but I know it's not going to happen, but they're going to get in the postseason, and they keep talking about him off the mound doing his rehab stuff already. They're going to keep revving that little engine up and kind of keep putting that seed in people's head. I think it's far-fetched that we actually see him pitch this year,
yeah.
but they're going to keep mentioning that.
Oh, maybe
every
he'll
time
come
that
in
he
close.
throws. Yeah, every time
maybe
he
he'll
throws,
come in and close. No.
100%.
I don't think they're going to do that. I think, hey, you keep hitting homers. There's, 10 days left in the season or so? Maybe, no. About 9 days. So they end next Sunday is when they finish the season. So about 9 days left. I guess 10 days if you count today.
I went to
He's
Bistro
got
Byron's
50
the other
51
day
Uh-huh.
to pick up a little to-go freezy. No free ads, but also delicious. And there was just some poor sad sack sitting there watching the Cubs game on his phone. And the Cubs have no chance
Are
to
you
make...
are you that person?
No, but maybe in the future at some point in my life, like, yeah. But he was just watching the
Do you
Cubs play.
still watch Cubs games?
No. That was 2016? 2017. Oh,
Was it 2017?
2016 is when they won the World
Yeah,
Series.
2017 was the Astros year.
Yeah.
And they cheated.
But 2016,
never
locked in,
cheat.
was watching it in the press conference while Northwestern State was playing football games where they lose by 100 points, which also almost happened if they didn't do a running clock last week. But that's when I was locked in. But after they got rid of the Chris Bryant, Javi Baez, Wilson Contreras,
Trey Morgan.
Yeah.
I mean, Anthony Rizzo.
Anthony Rizzo. Who's my other guy? The Cade Beloso of the Cubs. That
Blue
Schwarber.
Schwarber.
After that,
Cade Beloso, huh?
after they got rid of the triage of talent. But
Yeah.
point remains, this man was just sitting there watching a hopeless team play a hopeless game, and the
It's a good fan.
Cubs lost, and he just got up and left.
It's a good fan. It's a good fan.
Agreed. But that's baseball for you. They're still out there.
Listen,
They're
I'm
still
glad
out
to see
there.
them out there. They're not as vocal. You know, they don't see them as often. They're rare. You know, but baseball fans are about to come out in full force in about 3 weeks. Playoff start. Baseball fans back out. Baseball's at the highest level. and
Phillies
it's gonna
again?
Be at the limelight, huh?
Phillies again?
I like the
For a
Phillies. I would
little
love to
sniper
go.
shot?
I would love to go to a game in Philly in the playoffs. That would be awesome.
Well, you got your guy.
Maybe try to make that happen.
There's a deep
Last
drive to
thing,
left.
the last thing on our Heineken headlines conversations for the show are Saints Eagles this Sunday. Obviously, Saints are playing really well offensively, defensively,
Special teams.
special teams.
Sure.
Everything looks like they're clicking on all cylinders right now. Eagles lose last week to the Falcons. Short week, I think it was Monday night.
Yeah, Monday night.
Monday Night Football. Short week for the Eagles. Play another NFC South team. NFC South was supposed to be weak. Seems like they're not weak. Seems like they're a pretty strong division. Would be nice for the Saints to go out and flex their muscles against. Hey, listen, these first 2 weeks weren't a fluke. Go out on the road against Dallas, another top NFC team, and win. Now you come do it at home in front of your fans at the Dome.
Which will be rocking.
Which will be rocking. I'll be right in the middle of it.
What do you think? What do you think is going to look like? What do you think is going to happen in this game?
In the Saints game?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll tell you what. I don't think they're going to score 40 points, but I mean, I think they're going to continue to do what they're going to do. I think the Eagles.
They ain't turned into a pumpkin?
No, but I also think that the Eagles
A carrot?
have to figure out, like, the Eagles aren't the Eagles of the last couple of years. I think towards the back end of last year, they had some things they need to figure out. Obviously, Saquon.
This could break the Eagles.
If they can handle Saquon, if they can keep him in check, I think the Saints can beat him. Like, beat him. Not like, oh, last possession, beat him. If Saquon ain't moving around, because that's what the Eagles pride themselves on, running the football. And not saying Jalen Hurts can't throw.
He could run it.
But AJ Brown's not going to be available, right? He's not playing.
And Marshawn Lattimore might be back.
And so I like the Saints in the game. This is trying to be me being as non-biased as I can. I'm thinking this thing in the right way. What's the spread? Do we know?
I don't. I can find out. But
I can
don't
tell
know
you.
off the top of my head.
Because I think at home, this is going to be the loudest the Dome's been, or this early in the season, in a long time. They got a lot of renewed energy.
How
out there in
funny
New
is
Orleans.
that?
I know.
Where it just goes from
Saints -3.
Saints. Okay.
Oh, it's moved a ton.
do you got?
Oh, what
it
was it?
plus 2.5.
Saints-
Saints were getting points before
When?
the Eagles game.
Well, that's.
Oh yeah, I told you that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I told you that.
I remember things.
I forgot it was plus 2.5 for that, and now it's
It's been
minus
a
3.
5-point swing.
That, and then Lattimore potentially being back and AJ Brown being out obviously puts, helps with that line.
And I don't know what Sirianni does.
I mean, -3. I mean, that's
It's a home field
Damn near,
advantage.
I mean, it's damn near pick 'em.
yeah.
right?
I think I like that.
Money
I wish it was 2.5.
Dude, I feel like this will be a 50+ point total, classic, like high flying, like up and down the field, both sides game.
Fly Eagles fly?
I think the Saints will win it, but I could see it being like a 34,
31-28,
31, 31, 28,
Yeah.
35, 31, something like that type of game.
All right, I love that.
That's what I
Saints
think.
defense is better.
And
than
I don't
that.
think Barkley's getting stopped either.
Yeah.
You mentioned it already. You literally just said, like, this for the Eagles could be like the straw that breaks the camel's back. If you come in and get embarrassed, not just lose, like, if you get embarrassed or it just don't look good or any of that, like, let's be honest, like, what you saw from the Saints the first 2 weeks.
That doesn't exist.
No,
it's not true.
it does. But my point is like, you can't sit here and say you expect to come in and just completely shut them down. So I think that team, that fan base, and how everything looks at it, like, if you come into this dome when you know it's going to be rocking and you put up a real fight, it keeps everybody on your side, and it kind of keeps the belief in that building as well. But conversely, like, you come here and get that ass smacked, people gonna start looking around like, yeah, I don't think we not that anymore. So I think this is a huge game for the Eagles. So I think they're gonna come out and play well. I just think that the Saints are pretty good this year.
Yeah.
And I think they pull this one out in like a really good offensive back and forth type ball game. That's just me.
No doubt.
That's
I agree with that. I agree. I think the Saints win. I think it's going to be a really good football game. I think if they do somehow are able to stop Saquon and not let him get going, I think it is a blowout. Now, do I think they're going to do that? I think it's going to be very hard for them to do that. I don't think they're going to stop Saquon. Like, hey, you're gonna be
CJGJ revenge
non-existent.
game.
CJGJ back on his shit last weekend. Pulling
CJGJBS.
Pulling his mouthpiece out and shit, and then getting the other guy.
I mean, he
personal
legit pulled
foul.
the helmet off too, right there. I'm surprised. Like, if you remember, go back in that last hit where he made the 4th down stop, and they said his helmet just came off, and he did. If you go back and look at the video, he literally pulled that thing off.
Same
like
thing happened
on
to
the
Major
field.
Burns.
He pulled that thing off.
Look, he's the villain. He tries,
villain.
and he tries so hard.
Not a dog.
And then he's the victim sometimes. He makes himself out to be, not me. Not me. But yeah, I think
He's the epitome of the guy you want on your team not to play against.
right.
Like,
He's the
Pat
guy everybody
Bev.
wants to fight, and then on your team,
You're
everybody
like,
laughs
he's
at
a
him
dog.
like, damn, look at him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's a sickum guy.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
who he is. It's like, oh, just go let him do his thing. Go get into somebody's
Oh, that's
head.
just CJGJ. He's all right.
Manny being Manny.
I'm glad he's wearing my uniform and not the
Yeah.
other. That's who you are.
I think the Saints pulled this one off. But
It'd be a classic NFL if they didn't.
no, I think classic.
No. It'd be a classic NFL if
They don't cover.
they get blown out.
Yeah,
the water.
right.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
right.
That's what I'm saying. If they don't. Yeah,
That
yeah,
would be
exactly.
classic NFL. Like if the Eagles show up
42-21.
and beat them by 10, you'd be like, man, come
Yeah.
on, man.
I don't know anything. Watch all this bullshit.
Yeah.
100%. All right, let's.
They're
talk
taking the Eagles.
Let's talk a little bit about UCLA. Right. LSU.
One of the
Actually, before we talk about UCLA, Chris Hilton's probable has
Probable.
upgraded to probable. Dude, does he play?
I mean, probable usually means you're in there, and that's about as far as I can go when it comes in. Like it's been a minute, you know. Like I hope, because it only adds to the arsenal and it only adds to the weapons that they'll have at their disposal if he's in there, and I think he helps the team. So like, yeah, I want him to play, but we haven't seen it yet, and I would hope that he's itching more than the fan base or the people that want to see him play is itching to get on the field. So hopefully.
What do we know about UCLA? Anything?
To be honest with you, they're not the.
You
When
watched
think
them.
UCLA,
You tried to.
Yeah, when you think UCLA, like, they're not the team that you think. Now, I'm not sitting here saying you think like national contender every year, but you used to seeing them put out like a competent ball club, and like they just don't look it. You know, like they flew to Hawaii to open the season, and escaped there with a
16-13.
3-point win. Didn't score 20. Then they come back home to the home opener, supposed to be feeling good, ready to go, and got blown out by almost 30 by Indiana of all teams. It's not like they got blown out by like a legit ball club.
Indiana's good.
They're not bad, but they're Indiana.
Yep.
Anyway, I'll keep going. So like that's the two kind of games you've seen. So we spoke about it again earlier this week, and I think I'm setting this up because once again I think the things that LSU needs to do for themselves, not just in this ball game, to get themselves going on the right spot to be able to accomplish the goals that they want to accomplish on the season. I don't think that goes into them throwing for 550 this game, and I don't think the game's going to get played that way. They need to find a identity to be able to run the ball in this game, and they also need to be able to fit runs on the other side. So, and I don't know how much they're going to run. They try to throw it a little bit as well. So those two things, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't score 50, but I expect them to come in this game and thoroughly dominate the game. I do. That's what I expect.
Couldn't agree more. I think that's what we need to see. Right? It's not like we have to see it, and like if we don't see it, it's doom and gloom. But I think that LSU, this is a game for them to go out there and say, all right, we're at home, we're in the middle of the day, it's hot. UCLA is coming in from California. Weather's a little different over here than it is over there.
Jared, correct me if I'm wrong. That sun beats down on that opposite sideline, a little Miami Dolphins-ish.
Yeah, it does. I mean, yeah.
So,
It does.
but my point is,
It's not on accident.
Set it up like that on purpose.
my
Get a nice
point.
little tan while you're over there.
My point is, like, this is set up for LSU to go out there, make the improvements, show the improvements, and go out there and dominate. And I think they're going to do that.
Would have made it in the parlay, but we've made a rule
No, we're not putting LSU in the parlays
until we do. Right.
But we're fighting it. Okay.
Because everything that y'all just said, I feel like is why.
I'm interested to see how they utilize the running backs.
2.7 yards to carry.
I would like to see LSU use all three running backs, and all three running backs have success, but don't force feed them. I don't think you say, hey, we're going to run the football, so hey, we're just going to hand it off, because we're going to force you to run it. No. I don't think we need to do that. I think we need to say, hey, we're going to run the football, but it's going to be in the flow of the offense, and we're going to get in the flow.
It has to be within the scheme of the game. Like the one thing you don't want is to turn around and all of a sudden it's the middle of the third quarter and it's a 10 to 14 point game and they feel like they're in the game.
Right.
So like you want to be able to run it, but we're not. I would hope that they don't go into it stubbornly, if you will, continuing to try to run it if they're getting nothing out of it. But they need to be able to establish something.
Yeah, and to me, that's a fine line that you saw against Nichols where they were working on things, and we can score as many as we want if you're LSU, but you also wanted to be able to do some things that you needed to work the kinks out of, and we saw this against – who did they play last week? South Carolina. You saw this against South Carolina where, like, Whitweeks gets substantial playing time as his first time as a starter, and you see some things that are very easily correctable, but some things that you can work on. And I think that's where LSU is in my mind as a team that they're good, not great, but the ability to reach great is very close in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I think that they are good but trending this way, right? I think
you keep waiting for it to keep going that way.
But you want it to just keep moving this way.
By the stop.
Yep. And so I think that another thing that I would like to see, right? I want to see the defense make like game-changing type of plays. Not like, oh, it's a tie game, pick six, win the game. Not that. I'm talking about like, hey, let's start getting that defensive swagger back, right? Turnovers, the sack. You're starting to see it in the defensive front, the front four. They're getting the sack fumbles. The ball's on the ground a lot more. I would love to see the secondary come up with maybe a couple interceptions in coverage. Just some things to like.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Keep going forward.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think you're gonna be waiting all year for that. I don't think that this defense is that kind of ball hawking, game changing type of defense. I think they're a bend, don't break, and keep you in the game type of defense. I'm not sure that we truly have a whole bunch of that ability.
I'm not saying that they have to make game, but I think that against teams that you probably are maybe more talented than, one or two, just to gain a little confidence, just to do something, at least flying around and batting balls down or doing – and look, the defensive line, I can't complain the way they've been getting after the quarterback.
See, I think – I hear what you're saying, but, like, I feel like if I'm going to watch a guy bat balls down and or make interceptions, that means you are supremely confident in the job that you're already doing, which to me, that has nothing to do with whether I'm playing UCLA or whether I'm playing Bama, right? That has the confidence in I know where I'm at. I know I'm in phase. I know I can turn, and I think you have that whether you're playing the best or you're playing the worst.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I want to see, though.
Well, my point is if they haven't done it, I don't think that's something that you all of a sudden is just because they're playing UCLA or an inferior team they'll do it. Shit, they didn't do it against Nichols, so I don't think that that's how they play this game. I think that that's not what this team does best. I think that they're still learning and trying to come into that. I'm not sure that they'll ever get there this year because I just don't see – when I look at this defense, I think collectively they can play really well. But just think about it. If I'm an offense and I go into game planning against this defense, who the hell are you trying to stay away from besides one player?
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
So my point to it is if that's the case, then there's nobody that you look at that's like, he going to break the game if we keep trying him. He going to break the game if we keep trying him. Right. And so, like, if I don't see that, like, that's why I don't feel like that's this kind of defense.
But you can still have guys be able to.
Some's greater than the parts.
Right. I'm talking about. I'm not even talking about having a guy like Patrick Peterson or Tyrann Mathieu or those types of guys. We don't have that guy right now. But he's not that guy either. He's not. He's not the guy that's going to turn the ball over. He's not the guy that's going to go out and get the ball. He's not Tyrann Mathieu.
Well, nobody is.
That's my point. He's not Patrick Peterson.
He's
not a guy. That's my point. We don't have those guys on our team right now.
Perk could be if you put him.
So you put him at cornerback? He's not going to be able to shut down. He's not going to be able to shut down a field.
Yeah, no. But I think he can change the game in terms of blitzing the quarterback and doing things that you're starting to see. It's interesting. I'm interested to see with this football game if they go back to that 4-3 look that they did against South Carolina. But there's a reason for it because you wanted to stop the run. Obviously, you missed out on some run fits where you wanted 3 linebackers on the field. You got Weeks out there, Penn out there, Perk out there. If they go back to the 4-2-5, that's when you'll actually see Perkins at the star if that's what they want to do. And that's where he can change the game from, in my mind, if that's what they do.
I agree with that. I still don't. My whole thing, I guess, is I'm talking about more of the coverage side. Because the defensive line's getting after the quarterback.
Yeah.
The defensive line's making sacks. The defensive line are having strip sacks. They're getting the ball on the ground. Like that, That is game-changing stuff, right? You go out there, I mean, they did it against South Carolina. They had the strip sack. You get the ball on the 10-yard line. Now, obviously, it didn't work out. But
you're basically talking about plays being made on our side of the line of scrimmage.
I'm basically saying, hey, instead of, it got called back against South Carolina because of they call it a pass interference, offensive pass interference, I don't know, whatever. But guys are in positions to make plays, and I'm not saying they got intercepted. But I would like to see somebody say, all right, I know I'm in the right spot. Let me just turn my head around and just make an incompletion. Defend the pass instead of trying to defend the receiver without having to see the ball. I just want to see a little bit of that. They're not that, and I'm not saying they're probably not they're not the best at it, but you can get better at that. Right? I want to see a little bit of improvement.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. So you
don't have to intercept it.
No, but that's once again that I believe that's just me. You obviously see it differently. I believe that players that do that, it's not a get better at it. You either have that kind of ball hawking ability or you really don't. Like, you either trust and believe in yourself that you can turn your head and go make a play or you don't. It's just like the outfielder. Think of it this way. If I'm an outfielder and somebody tells me I need to learn how to do center field turns, and you start learning how to do center field turns, but you never take your eye off the ball in the game, then you're probably not a very, very, very good ball tracker in the game, right? And you're always that guy that feels like I have to be able to see the ball and make the play, as opposed to turn my head, turn my shoulders, get it turned in the other way. I don't think guys just start doing that in week 4 and week 5. I think either you have that or you don't have that. And the guys that don't have that, they try to play through hands. They try to keep eyes on you because they don't feel comfortable being like, I'm in this position, now let me turn and find the ball, and oh shit, I judged it wrong and it's over my head and I just gave it up.
100%.
Yeah, like I just don't think guys do that. So like I don't think, once again, if we really had that ability and we were able to make those plays, I think you would have seen that already. The closest we've gotten to it is the pick by Zy Alexander in South Carolina. But once again, that was an awful throw. It wasn't even close to the receiver. So I don't, that's just when I see this team, I just don't see him doing that.
I agree. We have a young secondary. And so I'm not willing to say they're not able to do it yet. They're young. They don't have a lot of reps underneath their belt. So that's the only reason I'm saying, I can see some sort of progression because they are young. And
you've seen Stamps get picked on.
No doubt,
I think
right?
his best
and they're
game
young.
was
I just want
Southern California.
I want to see something moving forward, and because I don't think they're as good as they're going to be, right? So I think that they have a chance to get better. They're not the superstar. They're not, hopefully Pickett coming in next year is that guy, but I think that they're young enough to where they're green enough to get better.
I just think we see it like the way I see it and the way you're seeing it. I think it's completely two different things because I think of a defensive back, when you get better, doesn't necessarily mean that all of a sudden I'm so good now that I'm going to just start making plays on the ball. I just think that that's a comfortability thing. You either have it or you don't. And usually when you're not, quote unquote, better and you're younger, you're giving up a ton of plays because you get out of phase and you start doing it until you start learning how to stay attached to people and you just do it. I think a lot of guys, think about it.
Well, then get better at attacking the hands. Either one. I'm not saying necessarily have to go and make interceptions or go get the ball. Make incompletions. Whatever route that is, whether you're going to get the ball or whether you're intercepting the ball or whether you're going after their hands and attacking their hands, make incompletions. I don't need you to intercept it. I want to see incompletions. I want to see these contested balls go the other way instead of these wide receivers making these catches out of nowhere and you're in good coverage position. Attack the hands then. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
That's fine.
I guess that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're going to go out there and you're going to, damn, this guy's going to have 7 interceptions this year. No. But I think that they can go out there and figure out ways, hey, this is the type of cornerback that I am. And maybe that's the better way to say it. Understand who you are as a cornerback and run with that. Hey, I'm going to be able to be tight coverage. I'm not going to have a ton of interceptions, but I'm not going to give up a ton of completions. Yeah. If I have a chance there, I'm going to go attack their hands and I'm going to make it fucking hard for them to catch it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a better way I think now we're seeing it the same way because, like I said, just think about guys that you see play DB that make good plays and that are always intercepting balls, that are always getting their hands on balls. That doesn't really, if you think about it, go from this year it's this guy, this year it's that guy. It's usually always the same type of guys, same type of player that feels comfortable to do those things, and they continue to do those things. Right. And those things they're kind of done throughout their career. They always do those things. It's just kind of usually how it goes.
It's the hardest thing to do,
No doubt.
probably on the football field,
Yeah.
is to be able to turn and run and trust yourself to be like, I'm the wide receiver in this
Right.
position.
That's why you don't see majority.
Yeah,
You don't,
that's
that's why you
why-
don't see a ton of interceptions. Or you don't see a ton of cornerbacks with 10 interceptions.
That's
right?
why. And that's why I kind of brought it back to the baseball side, because I think about it as like whether you're center fielder, left fielder, right fielder, and you can work all day in practice and kind of in BP on ball starting on this shoulder when you're going back, but you can tell it's tailing. So you take the center field turn, take your eyes off of it, and go make a
And
play.
find it again.
Go find me the dudes that are comfortable enough to do that in game.
Right.
You don't see it that much. You see guys take the other turner and kind of trip over their feet and kind of have to make a catch over their head because they don't feel comfortable enough to take their eyes off the ball, turn their head, refine the ball, and continue to track it and go get it.
I know where I am.
I think good, like, not say good DBs. That's not fair to say because there's really good
Great.
DBs that don't have a ton of interceptions. I think guys that have those ball skills, they do it all the time, and you just know it. Like guys don't just all of a sudden start doing it in week 8.
Derek Stingley Jr.
They
is
either
the best
had that
example.
comfortability or they really don't, and they just kind of go about that.
You
That's
don't
just
have,
kind of how I see it.
6 picks as a freshman and then like, oh, where'd it go?
Never see picks again.
Right.
Like, you look at him last
I mean, I
week; he's still making.
he's
picks.
still
Like,
doing the
those
exact
guys,
same
Those guys
thing.
do those things. That's
Yeah,
how I see it.
I agree with that for sure. I think I phrased it the wrong way. I think all I wanted to see the improvement in the secondary as far as just making it complete.
And see, I wouldn't even say the secondary's been okay. I think it's been
But
if
it's
you
those plays,
but
right? Like, hey,
LSU
just incomplete it. Make the ball on the ground somehow.
And I think LSU's done a great job of creating like a havoc rate or what have it. But they've done a good job of causing turnovers to be to be in the game. Like you didn't see this last year at all, where you've seen the ball on the ground, ball tipped. It's all changed in terms of what Blake Baker's brought to the defense, where you're constantly attacking the football. I think the one thing that people want to see, and we said this on Wednesday, I believe, is like, don't give up the 75-yard play because it hasn't been coverage bust. It's been run fit bust.
Yeah, that's for me. When I watch this defense, I haven't really had much of a problem at all with what they've done in the pass game. It's the discipline in the run game and the run fits and doing the tough shit, right? Like the shit that maybe don't feel the best, maybe don't get the most love, maybe people don't really recognize it, but every run's being stopped. You're not about to pop us for 35. You're not about to hit your head on the goalpost for 65. Like we're just gonna continue to do those things right. That way we get them into third and predictable all the time. Right? And I just want to see this defense graduate to where they start doing those things, and then I think it becomes to look a lot different.
Right.
Because if I told you 44-21 against UCLA, are you happy?
Say again.
If I tell you 44-21 against UCLA, are you happy?
Yeah.
I would be. It just depend on how they got there.
Exactly. I was how they get to 21.
Yeah.
Because that was the nickel score.
If it was 44-21 and they ran for 150 again, I'm gonna be like, man, this is. Look, you got the win. You're showing that the ability to have that trait, which matters a bunch, but it's gonna turn into something bad because sooner or later you're not gonna be able to possess the ball probably long enough or enough times to be able to beat teams that can continually just run the ball down your throat like that. So that's where. That's how I look at it. Depends if it was 44-21 again, just on the scoreboard. Like I want to see the running stats. I want to see what happened in the run game, for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, agree.
From there.
And like I said, I'm interested to see what kind of defense they roll out there because I don't think it'll be the 4-3 look, but I think your eyes should be on if they're really committed to putting Perk either at a different linebacker spot or is it actually going to be the star spot because there's going to be teams that I don't think it'll be who you're playing this weekend, but there's going to be teams that put him in coverage all the time, like they did against Major Burns. Like, this is take him essentially out of the
box.
The box.
I'm more worried about the Wade Weeks one. Not say worried, not worried.
No,
he's the one I'm
I
watching.
want to see it.
Yeah, he's the one I'm watching, and I'm simply saying I'm watching him because I feel like if he can do what is needed to be done, play in and play out when he's got pretty much like an every down type of role, I feel like that'll make the defense better, and he's really good in those positions when he's good. But I also think it'll free a Perk. And I think that makes that defense a lot more formidable unit if those two things can happen right there.
Agreed. All right. Let's get to the gambling talk.
Oh.
Gambling conversation. I am taking LSU minus 20.
I am also taking
2.5.
a tease. Great
No, I
tease.
took
You
the
boys are
points.
brave. That's brave.
I'm taking them minus 22.5. I did not take them last week. I did not bet them last week, which was a good move by me. I didn't touch the game.
I did it in game, down 17.
Well, that's the one. If I was paying attention, I would have done down 17. I would have taken a little sprinkle on the money line, no doubt.
That's what I did.
I know, and it worked out for you.
I did. Then I bet the NFL. And it
Oh,
all went away.
well, that's why I haven't done that. Okay, so
Los Angeles Rams not very good, I don't think, anymore.
no, they're not.
I mean, they're not very healthy either, so
Yeah.
it probably
Yeah.
doesn't help.
Marvin Harrison Jr. showed up. He decided to play football.
I think he showed up the week before. I just didn't think Kyler
Who
he was into it.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh, yeah.
3 touchdowns.
In the first quarter.
Yeah, that was fun to watch when you're on the other side.
It was 2, but
It felt like 3.
it felt good.
I thought he had 3. No.
Yeah, 2.
Oh,
He had 3 all game.
I don't know if y'all saw this too. Every single incompletion that Kyler had
Yeah,
in the
it
game
was to him.
was to him.
Yeah, they decided like maybe we should target the person we picked with the 3rd overall pick.
Hey, you remember
Yeah.
all that money we gave him and all that promise he has behind him? We should probably try to utilize that.
remember his dad?
We didn't really
his dad was
utilize
pretty
that.
good. He was pretty good in college. We drafted him to be that. Maybe we should try it. Let's just see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Oh wow! When we do it, 130 yards and 2 tuds in the first quarter. Yeah.
And then the human joystick back there just run around in
Yeah.
circles and then throwing the ball 60 yards.
That was the most. I'm never betting against the Cardinals again because that was the most frustrating thing to have to sit through.
street ball.
I was all over
Kyler
it.
Murray's playing NFL Street.
Yeah.
I
Street
was all
ball.
over it. I loved it.
I love Kyler Murray. I love watching him play. But that not on the other
What they
side.
say
Never again. Never
in
again.
October? Is it October, November when the new Call of Duty comes out?
Oh,
wild was
that's
that?
what we need. Okay,
wild
never
was
mind.
that?
Never mind. Bookmark it.
Oh, it's close then probably. I think it's October or something. Oh boy.
How wild is that storyline?
Just hey, you can't play video games that
Craziest
much
thing
anymore.
ever that was
yeah,
actually
I can.
a clause in his
know.
damn contract. And
That's
they got
crazy.
so much flack that they had to say, you know what, hey, can you bring that back? We're gonna go ahead and
just gonna
permanent
redline
marker
that. That's
over
all.
this thing.
Actually, you know the
Okay.
whiteout. Remember whiteout?
Like
We're
it
just
was
gonna
never
use that.
there.
Never
oh
happened.
man, yeah, that's tough.
Paper out now.
Mic'd up. What's that? It's called paper out.
Yeah, you
Not
can't say,
white out
you
anymore?
can't say white out anymore.
Paper out. Okay. Mic'd up parlay week 1 did not do well. Mic'd up parlay week
What?
2 did great.
Going up.
Mic'd up parlay week 3 did great. Mic'd up parlay week 4 TBD. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
So we went back and forth a lot,
A lot. A lot.
and we had some conversations. Again, the
We all think we're sharp now.
The way this works is everybody on the show, Jared, me, Lloyd, we all pick a leg. And then we somewhat agree. We talk about it.
Agree to
amongst each
disagree.
others, and we say, all right, this is what I feel confident. And boom, we take the leg. And then we put it together and we bet the parlay. Okay? This one, the first one is Illinois.
The one that was the easiest consensus of the group.
Yep. Illinois at Nebraska. That's Jared's game. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so, look, I like what Matt Rule's doing. He's been really good in year 2 pretty much everywhere he's been. He's got a young stud, Patrick Mahomes look-alike, wanna-be-alike, throw-alike, live-alike. He's got him running the quarterback spot, the true freshman there.
Viola?
Fighting the Illini has been sneaky. They've put up some points this year. They've played well. I think this 42.5 is a smash. I think the over on this will happen. I think you get a high-scoring ball game. I think this easily hits. Go ahead and thank me. after
Listen,
you get this one.
42, you get to 42 pretty easily.
Especially in college ball.
I mean,
Even though they
Even
have
the new rules.
the 2-minute timeout.
Even the new rules.
23-20, you're there.
I love doing that math.
I know, 23. But if you think of it at 23-20, like that's
24-20.
that's not that many points.
Game didn't even happen really.
You know
Hey,
what I mean?
game can happen too. 34-10, like you got blown out and we still there.
That's it.
I like this one.
Good point.
I like that one.
All right. Next one. Navy
My
midshipmen plus 9.5 against Memphis. Memphis is widely recognized as one of the better non-Power
Yes.
5 teams.
Yeah.
Teams outside the Power 5 conferences.
Power 4.
Power 4 now. Widely regarded as the team that's probably going to make it into the playoff this year
Maybe.
as that group of 5 team,
And they can win. That's
And-
fine.
and they can win. They just can't win by 9.5.
They just can't win by a touchdown and a field goal.
So can you give me the reasoning on this?
My reasoning
Mm-hmm.
behind this, which is gambler logic, as it always comes to pass, is
This one, by the way, was the
linchpin of everything.
this
being
one was the one that we a lot of skepticism on this one.
Yeah, then it turned to skepticism about everybody's pick, and then you changed your pick.
Now my bad.
No, you came in here
No, yours was good.
clear-minded.
Yep, yours was good.
Mine, Mikey, I got the cross eyes, but I'm gonna take it.
Hey, you fixed the color.
I did. Well, I changed
you changed the
cameras.
camera.
Yeah, that one. That's brutal.
What if you put on the higher thing?
I don't know. We'll figure it out maybe later. But when you look at this bet with the midshipmen, look, they're coming off a massive, and this is me talking about Memphis. Mike Norvell, game of the week, former coach, has to go. They went into Florida State. Memphis had that game highlighted, starred,
last year.
bolded.
Last week.
Yeah, sure, maybe. But now we're betting against them.
Did the team or did the administration have that game?
The team,
highlighted,
the head coach, everybody. It was important, and they go in there and they beat Florida State, and now maybe we rest on our laurels a little bit. Maybe we're a little relaxed. Now you have to go up against
funky offense.
Yeah, you have to go up against a Navy offense that's still running some weird variation of the triple option. It is the toss offense, which I ran in high school for 2 years. Not fun to defend.
You ran it? You played quarterback?
No, I played running back, but it's the same thing. I'm in motion all the time.
That's true.
Too bad.
Hey, running back?
27 power. Watch out.
Hell no.
Yeah, me too. That's what I said. Except I got to run in the play, so that 42 power went to 27 power real quick. I'm going to make a name of myself. But a different offense that they have to prepare for off a short week where Florida State was on the brain. Now, no Mike Norvell, nothing to really get up for. And you have the cadets coming to town who honor, duty, everything, the stars and stripes for your country. 9.5.
Okay.
All right.
Listen,
Y'all
I
agree
went
to
with
it?
it. I went with it because you have been the only one of all three of us to win off to have.
That's
your
why he's
leg
getting
hit.
the benefit of the doubt.
Yep.
So everyone needs to know that Lloyd's 3 for 3 so far this season. So the hand is hot. If you
I'm
will.
giving him.
So we'll give
I'm
him the
giving
benefit
him
of
the
doubt.
benefit of the doubt.
The reason the hand is hot is because everything I just laid out. People don't think about it, but we've been gambling since you were 15. This is how it happens.
I'm trying. Oh, there we go.
Are you trying to find another one? You don't like yours
No.
right now?
Oh boy,
What?
the world's not with you on that bet.
Good.
81% of the bets and 77% of the money.
I love
on
that.
Memphis.
I love that.
I mean, you can't say anything else right now anyway. So I don't know.
No. What was the LSU? What against South Carolina? Same thing.
USC's got all the money too. 62% of the money, 75%.
I love that.
UCLA.
Because sometimes people can be right, sometimes they can be wrong.
UCLA, LSU, 50-50 on the bets. 68% of the money on UCLA.
But give me your bet though right now.
Okay, so my bet.
Mississippi State, Florida.
No, we're not. We're gonna get to this after this. My bet is the Tennessee Volunteers -7. I am falling
the cope.
into
Easy
the-
take.
No, it's not.
Oh,
Not easy.
what's the money?
Well, let me get to there. Let me explain my bet before I get to the money. So the reason why I took Tennessee, one, I think that they're real. I think their offense is real. I think their quarterback is
Dog.
what's his last name?
EMI Aleva.
Is that it? EMI Aleva?
Iamaya Leva.
He is a dog, and there's a lot of backstory, which I knew some of the backstory. Jared explained all of the backstory and all of the connections between Oklahoma, Tennessee, and the coaching staff and Heupel and how Heupel got fired, which I knew, but I also just didn't put everything else together. And Heupel is
Heisman runner-up.
right.
First time back in that stadium too.
First time back in the stadium, has been known to be an offensive guy, like a
Does
very,
not
very
look like a former Heisman candidate.
gain some weight.
And the last time that
Ozempic.
Oklahoma was literally at the top of the college football mountain, he was the quarterback. The last time they won it, he was the quarterback. So he's, by the fan base, as beloved and as a coach, as maligned, kind of as it can go right there. It's a very interesting kind of
A tangled
story
web
there.
they weave.
Yeah,
So
there's a lot going on.
I'm taking
Let me get back to
Tennessee -7 on the road at Oklahoma. I think that I don't believe in Oklahoma as much as I believe in Tennessee. The betting world does not agree with me. So the betting world has
No way.
Tennessee has 79% of the
Yes.
bets.
But the money.
66% of the money is on Oklahoma.
It's the easy. I guess you have to think about the points, but I feel like it's people waiting for the other shoe to drop. It's Tennessee for real. Oklahoma can keep it close.
And it's on the road.
Right.
7 points on the road in college football, but I like Tennessee -7. Tennessee's 3-0. Oklahoma's 3-0. Oklahoma hasn't looked as impressive as Tennessee has.
Agreed.
That's what we're picking. Look,
Oh.
best advice I've been given. You make your decision. You do your due diligence. You take all the steps necessary to make sure that's the best decision for you. And when you make the decision, it is the best decision that you can make. And that's what we did. We did our due diligence. We talked it through. We put it together, and this is the best decision that we can make. And I love what we got. I love it. I'm going in there with confidence. Lloyd already tried to change up the parlay behind the scenes and have Tennessee money line instead of taking the -7, but he probably did anyway.
No, I'm going to ride this time.
Okay. And if
Or float. I'm going to float. Float the boat.
If we lose, you ain't betting it ever again.
That's true.
That's
fair. That's a bet on a bet.
Because you hadn't done it yet. I'm forcing you to do it. I want everybody to participate. I have been betting every week on it. So
very lucrative.
It's been very lucrative. What other bets do we like for the week? I'll tell you exactly what I took.
I've been putting a lot out there. I don't know what happened to me.
You've been putting a lot out there. So my bets.
Early bets. I said that you have castigated me for saying I don't send my bets to the group. And some of them are in-game bets, which not everybody can do.
Right.
You got to be. Some people are playing golf, whatever, shooting 88, not getting upset in the cart, can't get the phone to work, can't watch LSU down 17.
No, what the phone is iPad.
Can't get the iPad to work.
I did take USC -4.5. I took that. My double bet of the week on accident.
Yes.
Which I wanted to put in the parlay,
but you can't triple bet.
I can't triple stamp a double stamp.
Yes.
Okay. And so we were talking about this, and if you don't know me, I'm ADD. I have a lot of I get distracted very easily.
What?
And I took Northern Illinois -13.5 against Buffalo. Buffalo playing at Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois is ranked in the top 25. If you don't remember, they beat Notre Dame. Pretty solid team. They seem like they are one of the front runners to be top-ranked Group of 5 team making the playoffs this year because they're ranked in the top 25 right now. I took them at 13. I liked it so much that I actually took it again, twice. So when I took
it so much you hated it, so I couldn't put it in the parlay.
Yeah, when I took it the first time, I was like, I want to put it in the parlay, but I accidentally bet it twice because I forgot I bet it the first time, and I can't bet it 3 times, obviously. So I took them. I also took TCU -2.5.
Interesting.
Against SMU.
Big Jack Betts. Jack Betts.
Jack Betts. Besh.
What?
He's going off. That's not why I bet him. I think that TCU is better than SMU. He's having a good year.
He is. He's like 4th in the country in receiving yards.
His last 2 weeks have been. First week was second week.
Y'all are all about the. I'm off of a lot of the spreads this week. I'm taking a lot of the points. I like the points in some of these games. One of my other favorite ones was Utah at Oklahoma State.
Pick 'em
with the line sitting at 52.5. I like the under there.
Under.
I like.
Yeah, you're all over the over-unders this year. I mean, this week.
This is how it happens.
Yeah.
You get a feel for the game a little bit. Week 3, you start gambling on point totals as opposed to what the spread is because they get sharp on them totals.
I don't love these spreads right now. I don't love these spreads this week. So I like that one right there.
Kansas State. We like Kansas State.
Booked is not written yet.
I also like the over in the you like the spread, and then I like the over in the USC Michigan game. I feel like USC is going to score. They have a good offense, and Michigan didn't change quarterbacks because they were scoring too much.
That's not how that goes.
They're going to play at home.
That's not how that works.
They're going to play at home. They already got smashed at home, so I like the over in this one, and it's sitting at about 44.
You like Vandy +20?
I do.
Over Missouri?
I do.
See, I think
not enough to take it, but that's what
I agree.
I like Missouri +20. I think
those two coaches know each other really well too. Like, I don't like.
But I would take that over as opposed to the Vandy, Missouri -20. 20's a lot. But also
I think
I'll wake up every day and to see 35-5.
Right.
And
35.
Yeah,
I don't think you wake up every day seeing that.
No, that's true. But 35-3, and you're like, damn, that's not enough points. Like I should have bet it because I thought.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna eventually bet Missouri. I do. I like Missouri.
Luther Burden. Jared's
So
guy.
you like them covering 20?
Yes.
Woo.
Yeah.
Vandy's not as bad as it used to be.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they are bad.
I mean, you
not
kind of
gonna
are if
quit.
you're taking the 20.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
saying
mean,
they are
you
bad.
kind of are if you're taking the
Scores
20.
I think Missouri's better, much better than them. They're playing at Missouri, like.
What a huge home field advantage.
I think Missouri's going to beat them by 3 I think Missouri's going to beat them by 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So
Like,
that's why it's not the parlay.
wait. So then you are saying Vandy's as bad as they've been.
I don't think they're as good as Missouri's a top 10 team in the country. I don't think Vandy's as bad as they've been, but I also don't think they're within 3 touchdowns of Missouri. Both things can be true. You know? I mean, they're
You think
not.
Vandy's as bad as Murray State?
No.
What was the score there?
51-0. Buffalo, 38-0. You don't like Buffalo. We talked about this.
I think
pre-show.
Buffalo stinks.
So that's 38
Right.
to 20.
That's 18 more points. That's almost
Boston
double.
So
College.
do you think Vandy could beat Buffalo by 2 touchdowns?
Do I think they can beat them by 2 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Yeah, you still cover. 38 is 20 points.
I get it. It's 18 points really, but my point is that's right around that spot. Like you're saying it like it's a
Vanderbilt
slam
beat
dunk.
Virginia Tech.
I understand that.
Like you're saying it like it's a slam dunk, and I don't.
then they
I'm
just
not
lost
saying
to
it's a
Georgia
slam
State.
dunk. I do like Missouri at plus 20.
Okay, that's
And
what's not in the parlay.
They're
them
not in the parlay. They're not in the parlay, but I do like them plus 20, and I do think Vanderbilt's better than they have been in the past, but it doesn't mean that they're not going to win by. If you
better bet this.
Vanderbilt could be down by 14 points in the fourth quarter with 5 minutes to go
And score a touchdown.
and lose the game by 21 points, and it'd be like, damn, game didn't look like it was 21-point game.
Here's
but
my question.
They score. I think.
So
I
here's
think
my
Missouri can
only
win.
problem with looking at it that way. Is that what you're banking on
No.
to win the bet?
No, I'm not.
Because the odds would be on the
not.
other side.
Because the opposite. That means I should go the other way. Then.
Oh, pick
I'm
6
not.
cover.
70% of the money's on Missouri.
You should feel bad about that.
No, I don't. That's the bets. Well, they have both sides of it, but I like Missouri.
Well, you're braver than me because I don't like it. I wouldn't bet it.
Did you bet it?
I did bet.
Yeah, you said
Okay.
bet that
I'm
one.
gonna
Yeah,
bet
yeah,
it.
he
I haven't bet it yet. But
No,
I'm going to.
you have to.
I'm going to.
You should.
I just said that I was going to bet it, so I'm betting it.
So should we bet Vanderbilt? Our first
Y'all-
at odds.
Y'all bet Vandy. We're not. It's not in the parlay. So
I
it's
know,
fine.
that's what I'm saying.
Y'all bet.
Just a
Y'all don't have
little-
to take what I'm taking. I'm just telling you what I'm
side
talking
saddle.
about.
A little side saddle.
I mean,
You talked
really.
me into Vanderbilt.
I giving you the benefit of the doubt. I think the Memphis bet is not great. The Navy bet is not great, but I'm in it.
Well, yeah, the Memphis bet would be terrible, but
No,
the Navy
Memphis-
bet
He's
should
riding
be
a hot
awesome.
hand when it comes to the.
I know. I literally am. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt because you're 3 for 3. I hope you're right, and if you're right, I will sing your praises.
That's
I
really
doubt-
what
I
If
I
you're
like
right
that.
on the myth, if you're right on the Missouri one, I'll sing your praises.
Me too.
I don't
will.
need
I
any
really
praises.
will.
I'm not putting in the.
I don't
parlay.
need
No, but
yours.
still, because you're so on it, which is fine. There's
Yeah,
nothing
I'm
wrong
on
with
it.
that. You're convicted there.
I'm on it.
I'm not convicted at all.
I'm not. That's why we're talking about it. Exactly. That's
no,
why
I'm
it's a
not
topic
even
of
about
conversation.
I'm convicted of my Navy pick. That's why I can't be in the Navy. Convicted.
I'm not. I'm just convicted. I'm convicted on your streak.
I'm convicted on what your hot streak. I am tailing you. 80% of the money, 80% of the bets. Not great. Not great position to be in
Who, for me?
for Memphis.
Yeah. You know how many people are wrong in this world? You know people are
Not a lot.
Yeah. I would rather with the 20% that are with me than the 80% that are with the popular consensus. You can't change the world if you don't think differently.
Let's see what the TCU looks like.
Doesn't matter. We have
Oh
to
yeah,
bet out
everybody
there.
loves TCU too. On this one.
I can't wait to be right.
About what? I hope you are. Because I want to win the parlay
I hope
again.
you're wrong.
Okay. That's great. I
On
hope
which
I'm
one?
right.
On which one?
Vanderbilt.
Okay, yeah, but say not on the
No,
not on the
parlay.
parlay.
No, I want the parlay to hit.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, I want the parlay to hit too.
Yeah, me and Lloyd gonna be talking mad shit to Mikey in the group text. This game isn't 20 plus.
Luther Burden's out.
No, he's not. Damn, they love Miami. See, I did like that one too. I took Miami plus 17. I mean, minus 17 against USF.
That don't like that either.
I love that. A lot of people love that, which I know, whatever, but
If everybody that gambled made money,
no.
Then you wouldn't
Not
be able to
every
gamble.
not every game's gonna go that way, right?
sometimes they do.
But and I didn't bet it because of that. I'm literally looking at it right now for the first time where the money's at. But I do like Miami. I think Cam Ward is gonna,
He's been playing such good football.
Yeah,
Right.
yes.
and so I think that
But he also fumbled 76 times. It's gonna happen at some point. It has to. That's what the odds bear out. If you drop the ball,
Everybody's betting Cal. Everybody's putting the money
Who they
on
got
Cal.
this week again?
Florida State.
Oh, yeah.
3-0 versus 0-3. Cal's better than people think they are.
Cal's better than people think they are.
Yes,
We
they
wanted to
are.
Put Florida State in there.
I wanted to, and then we really talked about it, and I was like, wait a minute. Cal's, they beat Auburn, and Auburn's not great.
Did you bet on this one?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
I did not. I initially wanted to take Florida State. I was like, there's no way to lose 4 straight games, and then I thought better of it. Can't bet that way.
Yeah, that's
You know?
really looking forward to
It's
what
like when
Mike
you're
Norvell
taking
has
that's when you're
cooking.
taking an exam and it's like, damn, there's 7 seasons in a row. It's like, there's no way that's right. So
That
you
means I
gotta go
don't know
back and change it. It's like, actually, it was 7 seasons.
See,
in a
but
row.
the only difference is on the exam, you actually have to fill in an answer right there. Mm-hmm. On bets, you don't have to place
You don't
that
have to take
bet.
this
No, right. That's what I'm saying.
You don't
That's
have
what
to
I'm
place
saying.
that bet.
So that's why I didn't bet it. That's why I didn't touch it.
If you want some of my bets,
Yes, I do.
this was put in on September 15th. Shout out my brother. Happy birthday back then. USC plus 1.5, a teaser, 2-leg teaser, and LSU minus 15.5. And then,
You tease that too? Yeah.
oh yeah. So that's the
Ain't no way you
teaser.
got that line there.
Yeah, that's the teaser at 15.5 for LSU minus 15.5, and then USC plus 1.5, which I love. And then 4-leg parlay that 2 days later at 12:14 a.m. I don't know how that happened. Tulane Green Wave against the Raging Cajuns.
Tulane's what, 3 minus 3, right?
Time out. This man said USC plus 1.5, which I love. Was it plus or was it minus 1.5?
Plus,
Plus 1.5, which I love. Coach.
it don't matter. It doesn't
So
make.
you saying there's gonna be more than a
Who's
1
gonna
point
win?
difference in the game? I hope you love that. Like it can't go much
I
different.
took them to win. And then my 12-14 parlay of the day. Tulane Green Wave against the Raging Cajuns, money line. USC, money line. I really love USC, apparently. LSU, money line. And then the Saints. I throw in a football team. NFL. And then,
He got into the Sunday action. That's
3-leg
what it does feel
parlay
People love
at
Ole Miss.
7:13 a.m.
Figured.
So I was sharp. USC. God, I really love USC. Tennessee, Nebraska. All money line, 3-leg parlay. And then I did an NFL one.
You want to tell about that one or no?
Saints, Ravens, Chiefs, Bengals.
Damn.
Bills. 5-leg money line parlay.
What are those odds?
8-16.
That shit's good.
Should have just one more to get to 1,000.
That's how you think.
Ole-
You can't go broke
Hey,
taking
Ole
a
Miss-
profit.
Just
Ole
don't
Miss-
don't want to take the ones he loves. You got to just
The Ole Miss is minus 35. The spread's minus 35.
Don't do that one.
94% of the money is on it.
Who are they playing?
Georgia Southern.
Their coaching history goes back and forth. I think they know each other. I don't think he's going to run up the score. I would take
Kiffin?
Georgia Southern.
Huh?
I'm going to take Georgia Southern.
So you know something that nobody else knows?
I talked to Ben Mintz this morning.
Oh, I was thinking follow Mincy.
You
How's
know,
he been
you
doing?
know somebody at Ole Miss too. Why don't you give him a call? Tell him, ask him what's going on. Why don't you give him a call? Ask him what's going
I
on.
want you to put some clamps on.
Hey, y'all good right here? Because I need to know.
What's the run fits look like?
Nobody knows what they want to do with Colorado.
I know. I'll bet against them.
They're 50-50. Like, nobody, like, people want to so bad, but they're like, nah, I probably should not.
Deion's been running,
What?
been yapping. Same
Playing
as his
Baylor.
son.
2-1. First 2-1.
I would like to see Dave Aranda against that Colorado offense.
I mean, can we consider Dave Aranda like
see it tomorrow?
Yeah, it's having.
I know. That's what I'm saying. +2. Baylor +2.
No, I
I think
mean,
it's
like,
1.5 or 1.
you said it as if like it's a imaginary matchup. Like it's not gonna happen.
I would like to see. I don't know if I'm going to watch it.
Okay, that's better. There you go.
Hey, odds. Speaking of betting, rookie of the year odds
Shifted.
improved for Skenes.
The gap is
I'm not going to sit on my hands on this any longer.
Has improved, and I believe if he has another good start, it will continue to improve
I think
and maybe flip.
I'm going to count on Skenes to continue to do what he's always done, and that is be as clutch as possible.
Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and put that in.
Futures.
World
World Series winner, National League winner, to make the
Not
playoffs.
interested. Not interested.
Rookie of the year.
It's not on the list.
Why is that American League? Where's the National
Where's
League?
the other one?
That's weird.
Because they're terrified.
They have no idea.
They're scared. That's why I haven't bet it before, because I've looked at this, and this is the exact same thing that happened last time. It is not even listed for National League.
Why is that?
Because they're scared. It's not fair when you get to cook the books.
Let's
This
see.
is how you end up with multiple.
Oh, this is September 9th, so this is too late. This is too far.
This is how you end up with multiple accounts.
AL. NL.
Rookie of the Year winner. It should just be.
Plus 220
Where'd you find it?
in FanDuel.
Oh, see, that's how you end up with multiple
I'm just
accounts.
looking on. I Googled it. DraftKings plus 310, Bet 365 plus 425. But they were what, plus 600 or something 2 days ago before his last start. So they are narrow.
People in the chat are calling you Mikey the Mush.
I haven't mushed anything yet.
Well, you have before.
Not yet. Not in football season yet.
I can't help what they say.
No doubt. But I haven't mushed anything.
Oh, the chat's coming for your neck right now. That's
It's
crazy.
because Lloyd likes
wild.
Lloyd likes to control the narrative over there and make stuff up. I haven't mushed anything. You made it seem like I was gonna mush. Did I mush the parlay last week? No, I did not. You thought I did, but I did not. We won it.
MTM.
Hopefully we don't.
No, we
lose
can't
because
mush it this
because of your
time.
bet. Hopefully we don't lose it because of your bet. Because if we do, I'm gonna fucking hammer you.
Oh, it hopes.
No
Diddy.
I am gonna hammer you.
I'm putting my neck out there.
I mean, all right.
Mikey the Mush.
Let's get to the mistake of the day.
No, LSU said, don't take betting advice from this podcast. Well, buddy.
You don't
Two
have
for-
to take
two
betting.
for
We're not,
two.
look, we're not giving advice. We're just talking betting because
yeah.
we're gambling. We're not doing something we're not doing. You don't have to take advice from us. We're two for our last two in the parlays.
1-800 Gamblers.
How many
This
parlays-
is not advice. This is just
Yeah.
suggestions.
How many parlays have y'all hit last 2 weeks? I hope you hit more.
I hope
But if you
yeah,
haven't,
if you did, put them in the chat.
no doubt. All right, mistake of the day.
Maybe
bro.
we should throw a chat bet into the
I've
make
asked,
it a 4-team.
I've asked that. I would love to do that.
I think they just don't want to gamble with Mikey the Mush.
I don't. It's a weird guy.
All-time
I don't know where that guy came. That guy stopped mushing it during baseball season. I stopped betting. So it's hard to mush something when I haven't bet until football season started.
It's not even November yet.
Well, I started during football season again. I've been pretty good. I'm up.
I'm
so
up.
far. All right. Mistake of the day brought to you by our friends at Dozy Place.
Let me pull this up. This is a week old, but I forgot to do it. But it's probably, I hope he's still out there, as Jesus Christ. He checked himself out the hospital, not Jesus Christ himself, but this man, who I am forever a fan of, has half his skull taken out, and he checked himself out the hospital. He's just chilling. Wait, he just picked that out of his head. The human body is. You think that he should be in the hospital.
Should be.
He's outside of the hospital. I don't think that's what. Yeah, Mistake the day. Put it back in the gurney.
Please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But
Gross. All right. Curtain call brought to you by our friends
curtain
at
call.
Perkins and McKenzie.
Look at this. Saints seal everything. One of the longest streaks.
It's one of your better
in
ones.
New
That's a good
Orleans.
one.
It's one of your better ones right here. I respect it.
Clint Kubiak is healing nations, healing
That's
cities,
amazing.
healing states.
Look, it's crazy what football does.
God, the fall is something special when it's good football in Louisiana.
Wow, 18 days.
That's a lot. I mean, how long the Saints been playing?
Maybe they haven't found some bodies yet. Maybe there's some that are out there.
Maybe the police are celebrating. Is that what you're saying?
You know,
Maybe
maybe
they-
but that's great.
The Saints have been playing for 2 weeks now. That's 14 days.
Kudos.
So 18. They were excited about
Excited
the
for the
game.
start of the season.
Let's see. Nah.
Stop.
Put the
Kudos.
That's wild.
That's good. You got one?
Yeah, but we talked about it already. But
Well, I was gonna jump on it with you.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. Like, Shohei. Let's.
Oh.
I mean, listen. We grew up in a world where 40-40 was
Like the club.
Crazy. Like the 40-40 was crazy. And I remember the Alfonso Soriano was doing it and stuff like that. To see somebody get to 50-50, even with the new stolen base rule and all of that stuff, because still somebody that can run decently well, hitting 50 homers in a season is crazy to me. And you don't really see that in baseball. And like you spoke about earlier, it hadn't been covered nearly enough. But my curtain call, and obviously yours because you're hopping on this one, as you should, is Shohei Otani. And this is all, and obviously he's not doing it this year, but this is all coming from a guy who is, by all accounts, when he's healthy, one of the best arms in the game as well, which is crazy to think. He's a unicorn. He's doing something we've never seen before. He literally created a new club because nobody's done it.
Right.
Shohei Otani.
He hadn't even gotten the mound this year yet either.
Didn't even touch the mound.
Wow. Like I said, I'm on board with that. We talked about it at the beginning of the show. 50 home runs in itself is pretty crazy. But having the 50 stolen base that goes along with it, like
50-20 would be crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's
anything.
yeah.
I can't talk about how impressive it is.
Do you think Barry could have done it?
Yeah.
50-50?
He almost
I mean,
did
I
it.
think he was a 40-40 guy, too.
He
was.
was multiple times.
Yeah.
Let's see how close he's gotten to it.
When he started hitting 50,
He's not 50.
He was not moving. He wasn't running.
No.
And I don't think it was because I can, but he just knew the value in the game was not in the running.
How do I start with this? Big
Let's
break
see. I think the craziest Barry Bonds stat is if you take away all seven of his MVP seasons, he's still the
He
only.
won 7 MVPs. Not a Hall of Famer though.
He's the only. If you take away all 7 seasons, he's the only person ever still to have 400 homers and 400 stolen bases.
That's not my favorite. My favorite Barry Bonds stat is
Crazy.
there was one season where this man had more home runs than strikeouts in the season. And that home run total that year was 45.
That's
And
Tony
then
going with power.
The year he hit 73 home runs, he had more home runs that year than swings and misses.
Yeah, that's who Barry was.
Does everybody talk about like amongst professionals like y'all were
1,000%, which is
Is
why
every-
I think it's so crazy and shows you how much he was hated by the
media.
Because every player in that era will tell you, hands down, bar none, don't want to hear shit else, by far the best player that's played the game.
The pitchers should vote on the Hall of Fame for
He
offense.
had one 40-40 season.
That's why I said I wasn't sure if he actually did. I know there was a lot of 30-30
yeah.
or 40-30 or
Yeah.
whatever, but I wasn't sure if he
He
actually
had
had
46 home runs in 93. 29.
Definitely on
stolen
steroids in '93.
I think the year he had the 45 homers and less strikeouts, it was like 43 strikeouts. Barry's got some like goofy numbers. Yeah, if you go look at it, he's got some goofy ones. He kind of reminds me of like Tony Gwynn. Like Tony Gwynn's got a lifetime batting average of 302
So
with 2 strikes.
1994, he had 37 home runs and 43
You know-
strikeouts.
37
that
to
is.
43.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm pretty sure it was like a Giants year that he did it.
Not a Pirate.
Yeah, it wasn't a Pirate year.
That was the Giants year. 94's.
Steroids started in like what 03.
Yeah, it was I'm pretty sure it was like a 2000s year.
Is it-
Saying 46 home runs, 47 strikeouts. 45.
the next year.
2004.
Yeah.
Kid knows.
45 home runs, 41 strikeouts.
The kid knows. Told y'all. And then he had another one where it was close. Like, how you
Yeah, I
do
got
that?
better.
That's crazy.
I got better.
That's crazy, dude. That don't even make any
His
sense.
last year in the big leagues,
What year was that?
2007.
Oh
He still
God,
hit 28 homers.
I'm getting old. That
That
feels
year
like
he still hit
yesterday.
28 homers at OPS of over 1,000.
I think I'm done. I think I'm done now.
Y'all hate
54
me.
strikeouts only. 132 walks. Crazy.
Crazy.
They would pitch to him. With that, like I said, does anybody contend that pitchers should vote on who's
like
in the
that
Hall of
idea.
Fame offensively, and
Yeah.
hitters should vote on pitchers?
I agree.
I like that.
All only former players,
I agree. I
not
love that.
Buster Olney.
I love that.
Stray.
All right.
Peter Gammon.
Enjoy. We'll talk to you this weekend. I'll see you this weekend tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to the air conditioning.
You going to the suites? Oh,
No, Stadium Club.
Yep, I'm happy
Not
for
that
you.
cold air.
It's
just
good.
the
It's a
cold
good game.
air.
It's a good game to go up there. It's
Crisp
gonna be hot.
That's why I think LSU rolls because
Yeah,
they're
it'll
gonna
be
be oof.
Okay. Enjoy the rest of your
California
weekend.
love.
Predictions for the score for the weekend? You almost got it last week.
I did. I was close last week. I'm gonna go with this week. People are not gonna love this. I'm gonna go with 38-17.
I was going to go 38-10.
38-17. Would that even cover the spread? Is it 21? Was it? What is it?
24 and a half.
24 and a half. So that would not.
42-10.
42-10. Okay.
I like it.
I got 38-10. You got 42-10. You got
That defense is so
38-17.
close to being really good, man.
38-17.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Have a beautiful weekend. Please like and subscribe
Feels
to our
weird that
YouTube
this is
channel.
live.
Huh?
Feels weird.
I know. We're back on track.
Yes.
Until next weekend.
Oh.
We're gonna record
Teal
it.
hunting?
No. I have another one of those like seminars I have to go to on Friday.
Big seminar guy.
Yeah. It'll be good.
Are you trying to be a priest? That's
Not
seminary.
All right.
Or pulmonary. One day.
Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you don't like watching us, but you like listening to us whenever you get your pods. We appreciate you. We love you. We thank you for everything. Lloyd, you forgot to put our boys Meat Heavy Civil in there.
I
That's okay.
did. Shit.
He promoted us and everything today.
Well, that's okay. We'll just do that one again.
There you go.
That's my fault.
He loved the fact that you put their logo with the rocks. He
Yeah,
enjoyed our conversation about.
My bad.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
He enjoyed our
bad.
conversation about it. That's for sure.
Them rocks
Let's
was
hang out.
busted, too.
That's it.
Let's hang out for just a second. Let's all get a little Meat Heavy Civil. You didn't even do the live read, so you should probably do that.
Well, I've done 2 live reads this week.
Well, why don't we hit him with a third to go into the
Just
weekend?
hit him with the mesmerizing video.
Yeah,
That's
just
what
throw
I'm saying.
the
I'm trying to
video up there.
filibuster while I
I
put
know
this
you
in.
are.
Yeah.
You're
It's
making
also
you
great.
created a nickname for me. You carried a nickname for me today. I don't love that.
Yeah, I knew you was a little hurt by that one.
I don't love that.
Can't wait for after the show.
Can't
Look at
wait.
this.
Look how beautiful.
I mean,
that
look
is.
at them rocks.
That's
Yeah,
right.
look at that dirt. Just that dirt just moving, boy.
The force to reshape Earth.
Mead Mikey Mush.
That thing gives like the feel of like when you used to walk in the mall and you used to have the little pop-up shops with the volcano little things.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I'm looking at one
The
of those.
lava
And I'm like,
lamps?
yeah, like the lava lamp thing. I'm like, oh god.
Did you ever have a
that's
lava lamp?
Oh, yeah.
I never had a lava
I never
lamp.
had one.
Those
but I
things
always
put off
looked
some
at it.
heat, Coach.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I put it in the bed.
Never had a lava lamp. Lava lamp. Lava lamp.
Love lamp. Even the guy that can't think says something.
All right.
Mead Heavy Civil.
Enjoy. We appreciate the new sponsorship. Everybody enjoy your weekend. If you're out there on Saturday, stay
Come say
safe.
hello.
Drink some water. Maybe with some vodka mixed in it.
Yes.
Hydrate. It's going to be hot. Oh,
Real
here we go.
quick, PSA. You can bring in your own bottle of water this week if it's unsealed. So, PSA to the people. Unseal it, dump it out, put vodka in there, reseal it, little glue, and they won't be able to
They'll
tell.
sure really appreciate that.
Yeah. Thanks, Lloyd.
That'd be
All right. We love y'all. Appreciate you.
I'm a
See you
man
on
of the
Monday.
people.
Peace.
Good night.